What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another, sadly, Paul and Karine video. And trust me when I tell you, things just seem to keep getting worse upon worse in terms of the environment that they have created for themselves, as well as their children and anyone else around them. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber. Now, when it comes to Paul is someone that we know we cannot trust a single word that he says, simply because everything that he says is to twist a narrative for his own freaking benefit, because he's that much of a sick person. Now, via Reddit, I've come across this post of a conversation that was had on Facebook 24 weeks ago, and this is clearly prior to everything that had been going down recently regarding Pierre and even the other son, Ethan, I believe. If I got that name wrong, I do apologize. But Pierre has been the main focus. But as you can see here in the very beginning, I hope you're letting her see her babies, Paul. She left them at the hotel and has not inquired about them. So straight away, Paul is painting a very bad and poor picture of Karine. And to make it worse, he's doing it online to random people. What a way, hey? Paul, well, that's really, that's really too bad, Paul, because the kids need both their parents and they should never be caught in the middle of their mum and dad. And that is the problem. The problem is that they are caught between mummy and daddy. And also on top of that, they are also caught in between the law as well. So the fact is the situation has now escalated from 24 weeks ago to being about mummy and daddy being the issue to now mummy and daddy and also having the interference, the appropriate interference, so shall I say, of the law, of course, in terms of the court. Yet people at the hotel were shocked. Are you serious? And this is obviously all I got from the screenshot itself in particular. And the reason why we're here right now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with this video, if you'd like to become a member of the channel so you can get the early access content, the link is down below in the description. And if you want to become a member of Patreon so you can get that unrestricted content, the link is down below in the description as well. And of course, if you want to become a subscriber, the big red button is there for free. Now, when it comes to the situation itself in particular regarding Paul and Karine and also the law, the saddest thing is that we're now in a position where I understand, which I last read, apparently according to TMZ, the reports are that the kids are now actually in custody of the court, and the kids are no longer in custody of Paul or Karine. Now, whether or not these things are true or not, I really don't know, because at this moment in time, we're getting so much information that is so tick for tack, it is hard to believe what is real. Are the kids still with Paul? Or the kids maybe even with Karine? Or are the kids now legit actually with the court? I mean, I would like to think that they're with the court at this moment in time and serious measures are being taken in place, and hopefully these children can end up in a home that is far much more better for them rather than the home they're in now. Because as far as I'm concerned, until Karine and Paul decide to resolve their issues, really and truly, their kids should not be anywhere near them. Yes, of course, they're divorced and no longer living together per se, but even a divorce and not living together can still create a massive traumatic experience for children if the parents are no longer able to co-parent in the right way. And it's evident that clearly co-parenting in the right way is something that is not being done, because Paul is now out here, or has been out here on social media, talking to random people that he's never met, simply asking questions that he doesn't have to necessarily answer, but if he does answer, he can answer them in the right way, and that is the way that doesn't necessarily throw Karine under the bus. So therefore, their relationship stays healthy behind the scenes, rather than him creating an unhealthy relationship for both of them on, obviously in front of our eyes, as well as obviously as well as also off behind the scenes. That's the word, my apologies. And it's so sad, but at the end of the day, that's all I've got to say. You let me know what you're thinking though based on this. Do you think Paul was right to come out and throw Karine underneath the bus by saying she left him here and this, just to make her look even more bad than what she really looks, when in reality he is just as bad as her? And the reality is that both of them don't deserve to be parents anymore, and both of them deserve to both lose their children until further notice. And when that further notice is, couldn't tell you, because to be honest with you, Paul and Karine have behaved like this since the very moment that we've met them, and they've never changed. And the crazy thing is that when we first met them, they were pretty much on the verge of where they already had their first son. And the fact is, since then, they've also gone on to have another son, and it has changed nothing. It's only made things worse. So if you ask me, sometimes Like what's the saying? How does the saying go? Zebras will never change their stripes. Leopards will never change their spots. Tigers will never change their stripes. If you ask me, Karine and Paul fall underneath that category of people that will never change their ways. So the way I see it, I really hope something happens. But hey, if I hear anything else that is involving the courts and involving obviously what's going to be happening with their children next, I will be sure to let you know if I can get that information per se. But of course, there are other sources on YouTube that, you know, maybe have that too. Who knows? But nonetheless, though, thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, and peace.